Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Stable. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm literally just going off the iPhone today. No accessories, no GoPro, no nothing. We're in the stable. We got the FJ on the lift. We got the driver's side tire off because the seal for the CV axle on the side is leaking. So off camera about 2 weeks ago, we came to this side, and if you can see it up in there, we replaced the power steering pump. So I didn't do a video of that. A1 Auto had a really good video. I don't know the guy's name. He was working on a purple FJ, I believe. But I noticed in my driveway at home, I started getting a lot of spots on the ground, and then the inside of this was just coated. So I thought it was only the power steering pump, but it turns out we fixed that, and we still had a leak. So we figured, since I gotta pull that apart to do that anyways, it's a good time to go ahead and replace the fluid in the transfer case. We got transmission fluid and of course fluid for the rear end. So also we got spark plugs. So I bought this vehicle 2016 right out of basic training. Actually I was probably in tech school for a couple of weeks, and had 40,000 miles on it. We are at 140 now, and I've never done the spark plugs, so we're about to do them today. So excuse the noise, guys. And this little light on Amazon is fire. But as you can see, we got a ton of fluid right there at the transfer case. So definitely has to be that seal up about right there. So we're gonna be, I can't hold the light, point to at the same time, but so right there where that CV joint goes in is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna have to pull this axle out again and replace that. But on this side, looks like we're good, and that's just excessive grease and stuff that was from the power steering pump. So this looks like our only problem right now. We gotta get this running because this is probably my most reliable vehicle. Guys, so my dad's giving me a hand. He's doing the spark plugs now. And like I mentioned, got this vehicle with 40,000 miles on it. I put 100,000 miles on it now. Never did plugs, and shame on me, never replaced the air filters on it. So this is the I guess pre-filter. I think people remove those ones anyways, I'm not sure. I know a lot of people run the green filters, but as my dad pointed out, it could have a lot to do with why I'm only getting 9 miles to the gallon. Also, we got to figure out why my coolant is so low down there. But yeah, so don't be like me, do your maintenance. Slowly making progress over here. Just got this cap popped off. Got to pull that cotter pin out right there, pop that nut off, and then just swing this out the way, and then I can start making my way to the that axle. Good time to point out that, guys, you have an FJ Cruiser, do the 4Runner upgrade. Brakes feel absolutely amazing. I still say that is probably one of the best things I've ever done to this vehicle. So highly recommend. All right, guys, had to make a quick trip to the auto parts store because this wheel seal, that's the new one. This one is shot. So it didn't really make any sense to continue on with this without replacing that because we're literally right here. So also what I noticed is the arm for the power steering pump, the tie rod, it has nothing to it. So that's probably going to need to be replaced soon, and honestly probably all the bushings are. I need to go with contact JBA, get a new boot for up top. My dad finished up the spark plugs for me. I also picked up a new air filter for the intake right there. But my dad was worried because the very last spark plug on this side had all this oil on it. So not looking like it's a good sign. So yeah, so we'll have to look into that hopefully. So once the car is put back together, I'm gonna drive around for about a week, pull that spark plug, see how it looks. But it looks like somebody had to be in here before because we had NGK spark plugs in there. So somebody's changed the spark plugs on there before. Definitely wasn't me. All right, guys, so here's our old wheel seal. Clearly just dropped on the ground and the little spring exploded out of it. Store, I got the wrong one. Of course, everything closed before we could do it. However, my dad just gave me a hand, and we just pulled this axle out. We didn't get any of it on video because I kind of forgot about it, honestly. But I cleaned off the axle right there, and you guys can see where it goes into the transfer case. That still looks wet, but we got the new seal replaced and got it back in there. So tomorrow, all I got to do is come back, put that seal in there, and this can go back together. Is that gonna stick right there? So that is perfect. Guys, I'm telling you, that light from Amazon is clutch. Here is the old one. And right there, you can see the cut. And then I think there was some damage on the inside of it as well. But that's what was causing that leak. So I'll probably wipe this down and make sure that there's no more leaking from right in here. So gotta clean out that pan too. But that is it right there. So I think next we're gonna try to drain the fluid in the rear end and the transmission, and then probably call it a night. So again, guys, A1 Auto has a great video of this, but here's your fill plug. Your drain plug's right here. He said you're gonna wanna pull the fill plug out first, drain it out, and when you fill it back up, you want your fluid to be down in there, so you can take your pinky and just make sure it's like right about that bottom. Well, as long as there's no metal shavings, we're good, right? Yeah, that's definitely don't look good.
I better go on a truck with worse than this.
Yeah, well, that's 145,000 miles.
Do it?
Yeah. All right, guys. So same story here. Where the Allen wrench is the drain, and then up top is the fill. Same thing, fill all the way up. Make sure you can fill it with your pinky or A1 Auto again, guys. Great video from the top. He said make sure when you do it, when you fill it up, it should pour out and be a slow trickle. So we got it draining a little bit, so when it comes to a slow drip, we'll put that bolt back in there. I shoved a funnel down in from the top and just kind of squirted all the fluid into it. It'd be much easier if you had a pump or a flexible funnel. We had one over there, but it's just too nasty, so I didn't want to run clean fluid through it. So we just gotta wait for this, and that's done. And next, maybe probably tomorrow, transmission, just because we have oil in here, so we don't want to mix it with transmission fluid. So we'll find something else to put the transmission fluid in. Dump that tomorrow, probably, maybe tonight. We'll see if we can find something, and then get that seal, slap this thing back together, and then probably run down to the car wash and pressure wash all this from underneath. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for tonight. You can see we're shutting down, about to pull my dad's Mustang back in. For his car, we ended up getting a new balancer that has all the numbers on there, so we're gonna pull that thing apart a little bit, put the new one on there, make sure it's timed correctly. So that's probably gonna be next weekend. But tomorrow morning, for some reason my coolant's disappearing, so we gotta go get more coolant, and we'll get our seal, get this thing done. We got some maintenance to do on my parents' SUV, some spark plugs on that. But yeah, I'll pick this back up tomorrow morning. Hopefully we might have an hour into the FJ, and then we'll be done. Back at it day 2, just to give you an idea of what's going on here right now. It's snowing pretty good, so he's going in here again. Stopped at O'Reilly's this morning, got the correct seal, wheel seal. You can see how it has that extra little lip in there. So we gotta get this installed, drain the transmission fluid. So I bought a little pump for that today. And then we got washer fluid to fill up, and some coolant. So it should be pretty quick. Fingers crossed that this doesn't take too long. All right, guys, we just got our new seal in there. Just used a flat piece of wood to hit it with a mallet and get it seated in place. So now this part should be easy. Just getting everything reattached with all of our hardware right here. I probably should have got new cotter pins while I was at the store. All right, guys, so we are on the driver's side. You can tell by the exhaust with the wire right here, and the drain, or the fill, I'm sorry, the fill for the transmission is right there. You might be able to see it a little bit better if you come around this way. It's right there. It's a 24. Be careful, because I could only get a wrench in there, and I smashed my knuckles up top. So be careful with that. If you had a stubby 24, you might be able to get to that. All we have is a deep well, so I'll have to use a wrench. So it looks like we got about 3 quarts in this. So we're just gonna, I bought a pump at O'Reilly's today. We're just gonna attach it to those bottles over there, pump about 3 quarts back in, and call it a day. That is the last bottle, guys. It's a very slow going process doing it like that, but whatever works. That pump was only 12 bucks, so just get ready to have a small little shoulder workout. So it's kind of hard to see the lines on this, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour this back in the empty bottles and see what we're left with, just so we can verify that we have enough transmission fluid over there. If not, I do have one more. We already got coolant added. We added the washer fluid. If I haven't mentioned that already, got that done. So the only thing is I need to get with JBA and get new ball joint boots up there. And then these tie rod ends are shot. So debating if I'm going to order a new power steering rack or just replace the tie rod ends. So we just wrapped up everything with the FJ. I'm about to fire it up, make sure everything's good. But as you can see, my dad's car is back there. So this is about to be a little interesting just because it's snowing quite a bit outside. So I have a feeling once we back my dad's car out that it's probably going to spin. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck. But I think it's definitely going to spin, so it might be a pain to get back in, because we're going to back the FJ out, fire it up, make sure it's running good and not leaking. And then we're going to pull my parents' Expedition in. I think it's like a 2003 Expedition. And it's going to be a pain, but we're going to do spark plugs on that. And if you guys are familiar with the 2003 Expedition and those Triton motors, I think it's Triton, the spark plug threads aren't very deep, and they're prone to breaking and being stuck in the block. So my dad had it done years ago from a retired Ford tech. Ended up doing the spark plugs for him because my dad didn't want to take a risk of doing it himself. So we'll see what happens. I honestly probably won't video that one. But so unless my dad's car gets stuck and I turn the camera back on, that's going to wrap up this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Do your maintenance, guys. Take it from me, who hasn't been doing it in 100,000 miles. But it's Toyota. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like, subscribe.